Hey guys, this is Michael from Blue Tech TV, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you an in-depth look at the new Themer app by MyColorScreen. Themer is a advanced third-party launcher that MyColorScreen created. As you know, MyColorScreen is a very popular Android theme base. Hundreds of users submit thousands of themes. There's like 50,000 at this point. Unfortunately, you're not able to use most of those themes. If they provide a tutorial, they do, but most don't, and you just look at this really nice theme and you want to have it, but you can't. And occasionally they will upload a nice informative tutorial, but they're like 30 minutes long, and it's hard for the average user to set up those themes because different devices and different screens and resolutions and so and so. So their solution to all this was Themer. Pretty much what Themer is it's a third-party launcher, like I said, and it lets you theme your device in crazy ways, and this is actually a Themer theme that I'm running right now. So as you can see, it's like this nice card design, and it definitely doesn't look like what any launcher on the Android App Store would look like. There's at this point around 50 themes, I think, for Themer, and it's obviously growing. This is actually, I'm running the beta right now, and they're only on their first beta, which is like a limited sign-up beta thing. And obviously it's in the works, and I'm just going to be showing you some bugs that I've had with Themer and just an in-depth look at some of the cool features that Themer has. So let's get started. You can see here I have this card. This is just one Themer theme, and let me show you some of the other themes that you can get. So all you have to do with Themer themes is really just press here, and then you see you have browse themes here, and you have a whole bunch of options. I've had some trouble with changing the wallpaper. It's kind of weird. I can't really seem to get... So as you can see, if you go into gallery, you can just choose some wallpapers, as you can see. But it doesn't let you choose all the cool wallpapers that you have system-wise, which is kind of annoying in my opinion. But I can live with it. As you can see, they have a multi-wallpaper option and a scrolling wallpaper option, which I'm using the scrolling for this theme. So with Themer, it's really easy to set up a theme. It's pretty much one click. You find the theme you like, you press apply, and there it applies the theme pretty much. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some of the themes that they have. So let's tap on Browse Themes, and when you open it, you pretty much get this. You have Browse Themes, My Themes, Settings, Share, and Log Out. Log Out, when you log in, you pretty much either log in with a Gmail or Facebook, not a MyColorScreen account. So I'm sure they're going to add that once it gets out of the beta, because like I said, this is in the first beta right now, and you have to have an activation code to get in the beta, and I had to wait like a week since it came out to finally receive my activation code in an email. But I do have to say, before I go further, that their contact us, their support team is really great. I sent in a ticket because I was having trouble, and they responded within 5 minutes, and from there I had a nice solid chat with the representative, and he fixed all my problems. They definitely know what they're doing. So I just want to say that. I just want to compliment MyColorScreen on that. So either way, if you tap on Browse Themes, you'll get most popular, staff picks, and newest. So as you can see, here's a list of themes. Actually, the problem I first had, which is a big bug, is that if you're running a custom ROM like I am, I'm running Illusion ROM, then you're going to have a big problem with themes appearing. So I'm just, as you can see here, I do not have the usual Nexus 4 soft keys here, because I replaced them with Pi control. But Themer doesn't like that, so when I first opened the app, the themes weren't appearing. It was just a white screen, and no matter how many times I refreshed it, it was just a white screen. And as you can see, now that I refreshed it, it went to the white screen because I'm missing the soft keys at the bottom. The representative told me that the reason for that is that if you go into Settings and Advanced and then Debug Info and then Current Screen Dimensions, it gives you 1280 by 768. So for Themer to work, you have to have a different resolution. I forgot what that is, 11 something. But pretty much to fix that problem, I have to go out of Expanded Desktop, which is a feature I really love, and I have to go into my really annoying soft key mode. And I really do hate the soft keys at the bottom of the screen. They really drive me insane. But that's the only way to get Themer to work. And I actually think that it ruins Themer. but, you know, that's just how it is, and there's not really, according to representative, there isn't any way to get around it. As you can see, it really ruins the theme with these buttons, but that's just how they set it up. So now that I've done that, as you can see, I can see all the themes now, and they have lots of cool themes. This is the default one. Here's one. Here's another one. As you can see, there's a lot of them. You can go through themes. There's a screenshot of every page. For every theme, there will be a screenshot of every page. As you can see, you can just scroll from theme to theme. And there are really some great themes. This is the one I'm using right now, flat cards. I mean, there's a theme from pretty much any type of person. But my main bug, I have noticed that a couple themes, which is this Google Now theme, and where is it? And a theme called Colorify, which should be right, or this one, do not work. When I try to apply them, it just applies the exact same theme I had before. So far I've only had this problem with Colorify, Colorlist, and with Google Now. And it's funny because those were two themes that I really wanted to apply. Besides that, all these themes have worked for me. As you can see, there are lots of cool and nice and very modern and elegant themes you can apply. To apply a theme, as you probably have guessed by now, is you simply tap the apply button, and it will just, so it might not be working. So it'll just say preparing the theme, it'll apply it. The reason it just did that was because I already downloaded this theme. But if you haven't downloaded a theme, it'll just download it and apply it. Give it like a minute, it'll load some stuff, and you'll have Themer fully working. You can actually get rid of the soft keys once you've applied the theme. I know this doesn't apply to many people, but for people who are using Pi Control, once you've done this, you can just expand the desktop, and you'll get a full screen version. But a lot of people have been having problems, and I've noticed that a lot of people have, is that the expanded desktop thing only works with a couple themes. So let me just show you it with the theme that won't work. So I have to go to My Themes, which is the themes I've downloaded. So say I apply, like, what's a theme that it really didn't work with? So if I apply a theme, yeah, I can try this theme. So the effects are different with different themes, and like I said, this doesn't apply to many people, but I just want to show some of the bugs that come along with Themer as it is in beta. So as you can see right now, I'm loading this theme, and it looks fine. It's a cool, modern, vintage style theme, and everything is in good layout. But if I go out of expanded desktop, it'll load, and as you can see, everything completely messed up. Like, for some reason, this is like this, and this today is here, and it's supposed to be here, and as you can see, today is here, and today is there, and newsfeed is here. So as you can see, it really does mess up. It kind of adjusts itself, but it still doesn't look. The star is supposed to be here, and a lot of things disorient, and this is just one example. As you can see also, there are these black lines up here. You probably don't see them on the camera, but when you take away the soft keys, all it does is move the theme down, so it's not like you're actually gaining any space, which is a really problem. And the reason for this problem is that most of the Themer themes are actually simply a background. The widgets are just icons. All this stuff is just a background, which has actually really surprised me. So that's just one problem I've been having with Themer. But other than that, it really is a great application. I think the idea behind it is really an amazing idea. You have so many amazing themes here, and they really are some modern themes, and they have themes for all kinds of people. They have a Breaking Bad theme, they have a Grand Theft Auto theme, they even have a Kobe Bryant theme at the bottom, they have a Hunger Games theme, a Justin Timberlake theme, a Reddit theme, and even a South Park theme. So as you can see, it's really a well thought out application. I think even for a beta, it's amazing. As you can see, there are 3 categories here. Also, settings is just, you can go into Themer settings, and you can just edit some basic things. You can change icons, and yeah, it's really cool that you can do that. And you can change what your home launcher will be from one tap, and I'm using Themer because I'm probably going to stick with it. As you can see, most of this is just folders. Themers is more kind of like Dreamboard on the iPod when that came out. It's more just of like widgets and icons and stuff like that than it is an actual theme. But I'm not saying there's any problem with that. It still really is a great application. So now I'm just going to take a look into some of the features you have here. So you have browse themes. You can add home screens, which I'm not going to play with because adding a home screen would mean like retheming everything pretty much. You can change your wallpaper, which I already showed you. Apps and widgets just takes you to your app drawer pretty much, and you can just add stuff. As you can see, it really doesn't look good, and usually it doesn't match with the theme, which is kind of annoying. Here you can add themer actions. So as you can see, it's just a whole bunch of icons and stuff that you can add for different apps. They do have some app icons. Yeah, that's pretty much all they have for the actions so far. You can also unlock widgets. You can add shortcuts, obviously. Pretty much what unlock widgets does is that when you apply a theme by default, everything is locked into place. This just lets you move around widgets. Which brings me to my second topic, is that you can really do a lot with widgets. If you tap configure, it'll open this everything widget configuration, which is really great. You really get to customize a lot. As you can see, it's this whole cool thing. You can change the time settings, and you can delete objects like this, and you can really edit every component pretty much. And I think that's pretty cool. That's just one of the many features of that Themer has. And honestly, I think that Themer, my conclusion is that Themer really does have a lot of potential, but I also think it needs quite a lot of work. But this is in beta, so I'm not really complaining. But other than that, Themer is really simple. You have your themes, you have some basic tabs here, and that's pretty much what Themer is. I think it's a really great app, and I definitely applaud MyColorScreen for creating this. So thanks again for watching. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and check out our new website at www.bluetechtv.tk. That's www.bluetechtv.tk. And once again, thank you for watching.